What's happening? Welcome back to Kitchen Talk. We're on episode 7 now. I've had fucking numerous technical difficulties here trying to get this going today. First of all, this fucking thing wouldn't get picked up because the cable's fucked on it. And then, for some reason, the phone wasn't connecting to this fucking... I'll not bore you with the details, couldn't get it working anyway. But as you can see, we've got it working now. We're live, back in the kitchen again here for episode 7. I want to thank everyone again, as always, just for watching the podcast. Especially this week, a lot of people reach out to me. We will go into it further, but after that whole the fiasco on TikTok of me getting cyberbullied at the age of 26. So thanks everyone for watching the podcast. I hope you're enjoying it, and I hope we'll continue to make them, and you'll continue to enjoy it. Not too much to talk about today, to be honest. I'll probably plug some gigs first. I'm doing the Gong Show on Wednesday here in the Spaniard. Didn't get a chance to do it there on Wednesday just because there was unforeseen circumstances. But we're there again this Wednesday. The Spaniard in town. Come down if you want to see me in the smallest room known to man, with 47 photos of Jesus in it. We've also got the Dons on the 13th of June. Still tickets for it, obviously, because it's a fucking month away. Please buy tickets to it. It's Tommy McCarthy's headlining from the Whiskey and White podcast. Ian Thompson's MC. I'm there. Kieran Franco's there. Adam Burns there. Daniel Houston's there. Johnny Bo's there. Cahir O'Hagan is also there. I forgot to put him on the poster, so very sorry, Cahir. But yes, all the fucking best male comedians I could find, to be honest. It will be good crack. Tickets are a tenner. I don't know if I'll have them in the Duns or not yet, but they'll be about. And they're in the ticket link on my bio. Also, I'll be in Derry, if you're up that neck of the woods, on the 29th of May in Bennigan's Bar for Chicken Box Comedy. Don't know who's on it, don't know who else is doing it. Don't even know if it's been announced yet, to be honest, but I've spoke to someone. So if you're up that way, come on up. And if you're not up that way, just come on up and see me anyway. Do you know what I mean? We'll have a few pints up in Derry and drive back for fucking 2 hours. Hopefully it's a good gig. Otherwise, I'll be driving right into the Glenshane Pass head first in the motorway barrier. Also have something pretty exciting in the works with Kieran Franco and Daniel Houston. I won't say too much on it now because it's still in the early days of preparation, but what I will say, it'll be in July, and it's going to be something very, very exciting, something that you've never quite seen before done in Belfast, so very excited for that one. Apart from that, fuck all else to talk about gig wise. I mean, the whole podcast this week will probably be talking about this thing with TikTok, so I don't want to go straight into it just yet. You'll see there. Oh, you can't actually see. I've got the camera. I got a new phone, and I didn't realise that the new ones have a different charger. So usually I have a long charger, and the phone sits way back in the kitchen. This one's pretty up close and personal. So you can't see the whole table, which it's fine. You're not here for the table, but you weren't able to see it, but you're now able to see it. Don't know what the fuck's going through my head here. Beer review time. Now, I need to fucking ring these people to cancel this subscription. And although I'm having a good time reviewing the beers in the podcast, there's too many of them now in the house. Like, they just keep delivering it, and I don't drink them. I don't really like the beers that much, as we can tell. I just like the tins. But it's £27 a month I'm paying, and it feels like they're coming every fucking week. It might actually be every week, and I haven't even noticed, but I came back from getting my haircut today. Yeah, compliment the fade, thanks. And there was just a fucking case of 8 beers sitting outside the house. And I was like, for fuck's sake, like, will I ever get a break? The snacks this week are pretty good, though. I will say that. There's like spicy corn things, and then these just like pretzel pieces or something. So looking forward to them more than anything. But the beers, I think the beers this month, I think it's every month. It might be every 2 weeks. The beers are from fucking, like, I don't know, Poland or something. This one, I'll spoil the name. It's called Balkan Brass. So they could be Polish, they could be fucking Hungarian or something. I don't know the difference in all those languages. They all look and sound the same. So fuck knows, to be honest. This one, so yeah, I need to ring them up and cancel the subscription. Having a fucking nightmare with it. When you go onto the website to cancel, there's like 16 screens before you can actually get to the fucking cancellation thing, and then when you get to it, it just says, "Oh, ring us between 9 and 5 Monday to Friday," which is no use to me because it's obviously Saturday now. Um, but yeah, and then when it gets to the fucking weekdays, I can't be bothered ringing. Do you know what I mean? Who really wants to ring something on a weekday? Call centers should only operate on the weekends, and I don't care if you work in a call center. I think I'm actually doing you a favour. They should only operate on weekends for people who work, because fuck me, why do I have to wait till Monday? I'll forget about it by Monday. That's what fucking happens. I'll forget about it by Monday. Next thing you know, it's fucking what month? June, and I'll have 8 more beers from fucking Czechoslovakia or something. It's also not called Czechoslovakia anymore. I don't know why. I don't think I was born when it was called Czechoslovakia. It's called the It's actually called Czechia now. For anyone who doesn't know. I thought it was still Czech Republic until I went there last year. Fuck knows what I'm talking about. So yeah, we'll just go into this beer review. As always, I can't remember what way I review them. This one's called Balkan's Brass. I'll give you the wee. Yeah, you can see that all right. It's a black tin again. I think this is the second black tin we've got so far. And it's got a load of. I don't want to say black guys because they are darker skinned, but it does say Balkan Brass. And not that there can't be black people from the Balkan countries, by the way, I'm not saying that. It would just... I'll just stop talking before I get myself in trouble. Balkan Brass with 5 men playing trumpets and other brass instruments, as the name would suggest, Balkan Brass, by Dogma Brewery. And at the top it says, "In hops we believe, in hops we believe, in hops we believe," 3 times. Drink fresh, don't trash, recycle. Stone cold, drink fresh. Pretty simple. We actually, it's getting marked down. Big thumbs down. They don't have a wee silly story for us this week. Again, I've talked about this every time now, potentially. You'll not be able to see it, but there's like the shit that the graphic is on, the sticker, is like peeling. You can hear this, hold on. Maybe you can't hear it, it's quite quiet. It's like they haven't put it on straight again. Like it's a bit lower down, so it's like coming off the side. I don't like that at all, as we've found out. And I'm heavily autistic and sexually frustrated, so I'm going to peel it off. We haven't done that yet. We haven't peeled off a sticker of the tin yet. So while I'm going to continue talking about the beer, I'm going to peel this off. It's a West Coast IPA, and while I don't know what a West Coast IPA is, just what I expected, plain black. I think I had... Sorry, this probably sounds horrific. I'm going to move the microphone away slightly. What a fucking nightmare. I don't even know why I started doing this. This probably isn't even enjoyable to watch. I've committed now, though, do you know what I mean? I have to fucking get the whole thing off. What if we do this? Like I'm what I'm doing now, you can't... I don't know if you can see. Yeah, that's far. If you want to win this lovely craft beer sticker, just like, share, and subscribe. I'll send you this with a lock of my pubes. Just like, share, and subscribe. And comment 5 times. Tag 5 friends in the comments if you want to win this Dogma Brewery Balkan Brass sticker with a lock of my pubes. I'll send this out to the 16th person to do it, because I've never had 16 comments. So if I can get 16 comments, I'll send this out on a surprise, which isn't actually my pubes, by the way. I'm not going to cut off my pubes and send it to anyone. Unless you want it, I suppose. Which, I'll just stop talking now, please. So now it just looks like a tin of Pepsi Max, really. I don't know why I did that, to be honest. I didn't do you like the fucking designs you see on the side of the waltzer when you're getting spinned around? It's like E.T. and Elvis and all on it, doing those in that style of art. That's what it reminds me of. Like if I was on a waltzer in the Balkan in a Balkan country, name one, Bulgaria probably. If I was on a waltzer and I saw this, I'd say, yeah, that checks out for a Balkan country waltzer. Again, it's 5.8%, another strong one. And now, you won't know this, but I'll tell you, every week I've done the beer review, which is two times I think now. I've always recorded the podcast 11 o'clock. I recorded 11 o'clock so that I can watch the 12:30 kickoff. I usually get my hair cut on a Saturday morning, so I don't know why I'm going into so much detail here. So by the time I come home, get a shower, getting all the hairs off me, and have to come straight down to record the podcast. I brush my teeth obviously when I get out of the shower like a normal fucking human being. So anytime I've done the beer review, it's just after I've brushed my teeth. Now what I will say is this week it's 3 o'clock. I wanted to watch the half. Well, I didn't want to watch them. I wanted to fucking watch my betting app this week because I had a bet on. So I left the podcast a bit later, and I brushed my teeth a bit prior to this tasting, and I think that's what's going to give us a better tasting experience. Also, I'm doing a fundraiser gig tonight in the pavilion, which I'll be having a few cervezas. A white boy might speak a little Espanol tonight, so that's why I kind of wanted to leave it off until later on. So I can have this, and then I'll actually add to my beers for later on, if that makes sense. Like it'll add to my. Or if I was drinking this at 11 o'clock, and then going out, to have a few beers, it wouldn't really be doing much for me. It would just be a weird IPA at the start of the day, breakfast almost. As always, we'll do a wee ASMR. That was my impression of me opening a tin, by the way, which sounded more like a whip. Oh, there's fucking foam everywhere. I didn't anticipate this. Obviously from rolling about that tin, trying to get the fucking sticker off, it's shook up the beer quite a bit. For fuck's sake, what a nightmare. What a fucking travesty. I'm a stupid cunt. We'll go for a sniff test. Do you know what the beauty of kitchen talk is? We're in the kitchen, so we just have things at hand to clear things up. Look at that. Ma's good tea towel just sitting at the oven ready for me to fucking clean up this West Coast IPA. I'm very conscious now about touching the audio interface because that's why it wasn't working earlier on. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Sorry. I'm fucking distracted by this. We'll give it a sniff. Yeah, I mean it smells like every other fucking beer I've drank on the any other IPA. Not every beer that I've drank, but every beer that I've had on the podcast, which is 2. But it smells like every IPA that I've ever fucking smelt or drank. Again, they always smell like fruity, and I don't know what it is about IPAs if they're made with fruits. I thought they were. I'll tell you what it's fucking made out of. Oh, it's all foreign. It's all fucking. Mutno nef. No, I'm not even gonna try to read out this language. Oh no, there is English. Ingredients list: water, barley malt, hops, yeast, and that's it. Contains gluten, so if there's any celiacs watching, don't get this. I think they probably do gluten-free beers now. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know why they always smell like fruit. That's what I was saying. Why do they always smell like there's some sort of fruit involved? What is barley malt? Is that some sort of fermented fruit thing? Because there was in that parcel that I got today, there was a blood orange IPA, and I thought, yeah, that might not be that bad. But then I was like, an orange beer, probably not that nice. And also blood orange, that's that fucking San Pellegrino is blood orange, and it's fucking rotten. Sorry to any San Pellegrino drinkers out there. If you're a San Pellegrino drinker, you're probably one of those people who goes for a run on holiday. So we'll don't worry, we're coming for you soon. Yeah, we'll give it a wee taste here and see what we think. It just tastes like every fucking IPA that I've ever drank. I don't know the difference. And at the same time, I'm not a big fucking beer drinker where I can tell. I don't know if I could. Maybe I'll try it one day. I'll do a blind test of beers, and see what if I can guess them. But I don't think I have the palate of someone who can tell the difference between beers, and I certainly don't have the palate to tell between IPAs because to me, they all just taste fucking rotten. To be honest, I'll give another go. I mean, what you'll notice is the last 2 weeks I've done it. It's been after I've brushed my teeth. Oh, it actually is rotten. Ooh, not a fan of that at all. And I thought because I haven't brushed my teeth. Well, I have brushed my teeth, but it was a lot earlier. It would give it more of a fair test. But to be honest with you, it's just fucking stinking. It's just not nice, and I don't see the aftertaste as well. I have to go for a. This is like, oh, my vape's near out of liquid. This is a fucking nightmare of a podcast today. I'm sorry, everyone. This is not the quality that I aspire to have for the podcast. This is like the. Do you ever get? Not that I eat sushi, but when people who are eating like raw fish sushi, they have a wee bit of ginger to cleanse the palate in between like sushi dishes. This is what the vape is for me. Just a wee palate cleanser to get that fucking rotten taste out of my mouth. Not a fan. Balkan's Brass gets a big thumbs down from me. Gets 5 big dooms. Doom. AJ and what do you call him? Big Justice reference for anyone who doesn't get it. I'll rate the what do you call it? The graphics. The graphics is gonna get a black 10. So the black 10's automatically a 4 out of 10 because I do like a black 10. That's our starting point. The Balkan Waltzer graphics, they're not that strong for me. Dogma Brewery, Dogma, I barely know her. I don't even know what that means. I'll give it a 6 out of 10 for the graphic. No story, so that's where they get a 0 out of 10. And taste wise, they're gonna get a 3. I don't know if I could drink. No, actually, it's gonna get a 1. I don't think I could drink that whole thing, at all. I don't know. I certainly couldn't drink 2 of them. Never mind. And for don't know what's the word I'm trying to look for. Fairness or something, or what is it? Fuck knows. It's a scientific word to talk about like how even the science experiments are. Fuck knows. It was in the fridge from I got in from getting my haircut, so it's been in the fridge. It should be cold enough. It is cold enough. Like fuck me, I'm all over the place today, folks. All over the place. It is definitely cold enough. Just it's fucking stinking, to be honest. So big thumbs down. That's going straight in the sink after the podcast. Which is actually what's happened to the other 2 that I've drank on the podcast because I just don't like them. But we're gonna drink them till we'll fucking find one that we like or that they're finished, and that's when we'll be happy. So if you're a fan of the beer review segment of the podcast, you're in luck because I've just got 8 more, 7 now. So yeah, plenty more weeks to come. If I haven't given up on it or found one that I like. If I find one that I like, I'll just stop. How about that? And we'll just fucking call it quits there. And if I find one, that's what we'll do. If I find one I like, I'll just give them away to someone who wants them. So if you'd be interested in taking these fucking Indian Pale Ale beers off me, sorry, there was one that was delivered today, and it's a lager. It's a big tin. I was very shocked because it comes in this big tall box. And in the tall box, it's usually 2 tins stacked on top of each other. But this one, it was only 1 tin. I thought, oh, that's strange. I lifted it out. It was a tall tin. So I'm looking forward to that one because it's a lager. It's a beer that we know and love. It's something that we can drink. Not that specific beer, but lagers in general are the beers I like to drink. Or not partial to an old stout, mate. You know what I mean? All pound of the black stuff. I've down at the Kingspan. I'm fond of the black stuff. So yeah, there's the beer review segment. Finished. I suppose we may get into this fucking shite on TikTok. If you're not familiar with me or the podcast or what's happened in the last week, I'll give you a quick rundown. So I'll give you my view of events, right? So obviously I record the podcast on a Saturday, and then every Sunday it gets uploaded. Sunday or Monday, whenever I can be fucked doing it. It's not Joe Rogan. There's no strict schedule. It's just whenever I can be fucked sitting by the computer and rendering it and then uploading it. And then what I do is whenever it's uploaded, I just go on to YouTube and then I just find a part of the podcast that I think people might find funny that'll look good to post on my Instagram. So I'll screen record that and post it on my Instagram. I did do it on TikTok, but TikTok doesn't really do as well for me as Instagram does, and I feel like as a comedians probably would use Instagram more than they would TikTok, and so that's why I post them on Instagram. I go out on Sunday to watch Liverpool win the Premier League. I'm having a gay old time. I'm fucking blocked. I come home at 9:30 with a little Italy pizza and garlic bread. My mate takes a photo of me with a Liverpool mug and a pizza. Happy as Larry. I'm having a brilliant time. I fall asleep at 10 o'clock and I'm fucking blocked. And I then wake up can never really drink or can never really sleep. Sorry, whenever I'm blocked. So I wake up at like 4 in the morning, check my phone, and I see I've got like 20 new TikTok followers, and I thought, well, that's strange. I haven't posted anything unless like one of my clips has went viral or something, or like someone shared it. I don't know. And then I go into my notifications, and I always like I'm reposting videos on TikTok. I'm fucking like commenting on, like tagging my friends in comments on ones. So I'm just going through the notifications, and it's usually like, oh, such and such like the video you reposted, or blah blah blah. And then it comes down to this TikTok account mentioned you in a post, and I was like, right, okay, it's called funny_comedy. Funny spelt with Funni, as in like NI comedy, Northern Ireland comedy. I go on it, and it's the clip that I posted last week where I'm talking about how you're a cunt if you go for a run when you're on holiday, which is obviously a fucking joke, mind you. It's me just fucking talking shite in the kitchen as I'm doing now, and it actually went. I don't want to say viral because that's a bit fucking, I don't know, gay or something. But it got a lot of views, I think. Like it stopped getting views now, thankfully. At like 230,000, and then I think I got like 5,000 likes, and then just 400 comments of just people slobbering at me. And the people who are doing it are obviously people who are, offended by me saying you're a cunt if you go on holiday and you go for a run or go to the gym. And like it is just fucking nuts. Like some of the things that they were saying obviously weren't very nice. I don't really care because one, I don't know them, and so they don't actually understand that I'm joking whenever I'm talking about it. Two, it's just fucking weirdos, like absolute freaks. You have to be, and I've thought about this not just because it happened to me, but I've seen like other comedians post things on social media, and even just anyone posting on social media in general. Whenever like people that they don't know sort of get wind of it, and they're like looking at it and they're commenting like, oh, this isn't funny, I don't like this isn't for me. It's like, who the fuck cares? You have to be a certain type of weirdo to go out of your way to like comment something that, like, just because you don't like it. Don't get me wrong, like I've had my fair share of things that I've definitely, like, tweets that I've replied to or videos that I've commented on, but they're typically stuff that are like, I don't want to say controversial, but maybe like, I don't know, an actual topic of discourse, like something that people, it's maybe contentious, or like it's something that people have a discussion about in general. What I was saying wasn't like it wasn't a talking point, do you know what I mean? It was me fucking talking shite on a podcast, a comedy podcast, mind you, just fucking for a bit of crack. Like, and I've noticed like the clips that do well for me are ones where I'm making fun of people who are into fitness, and that's fine. Do you know what I mean? That's just sort of, I don't want that to be my thing, obviously. But it's what does well. It's what I found easiest to talk about as well. Also, you don't understand how hard it is to talk in a room by yourself for 45 minutes. Especially when there's no like real niche to the podcast. It's a comedy podcast, and I'm talking to myself, so it's like one big fucking 45-minute monologue the whole time. Will I probably say things that I don't actually mean later on? I just spat on the microphone there. Probably, yeah. Have I done it so far? No. It's not like I fucking really give a fuck about anything on like that I've talked about. It's not like I'm here giving, whole spiels about what I actually think about topics. Because at the end of the day, who the fuck cares? Who wants to listen to me talk about fucking things that matter? No one. It's a comedy podcast. You know what I mean? It gets 40 views a week on like YouTube, and then like 40 as well on Spotify. So what's that? A total viewership of 80 people. And then all of a sudden, there's 200,000 people seeing it who don't understand that. One, I'm joking. Two, that I'm a comedian. Three, that like it's completely out of context, and like I have written down some of the things that I wanted to like address, I suppose, from it. I think I touched on it earlier on. It is pretty fucking funny getting cyberbullied at the age of 26. Like, cause you don't think that that's gonna happen to you. You know what I mean? Like, most people don't have like an online. Don't want to say I have an online presence, by the way. I'm not sucking my own cock. I know very much that I'm not anywhere near like a big time fucking podcaster or comedian. It's just this one thing that happened to get a lot of views. So I wouldn't say that I have an online presence, but I do put myself out there in the sense of like, I want, like, a lot of people use social media and they don't want people that they don't know to see them. I'm using it for the comedy page. Obviously, I do want people to find out about me and to see what I'm about. Uh, but you still don't expect to get. I certainly don't expect to get like hate to the extent that I did. I mean, you're always going to get someone calling you a fat cunt, no matter what. If you're a fat fellow on the internet, and that's fine. You know what I mean? I don't really care about that. I don't really care about the whole thing in general, by the way, either. But it's just strange to have it on such a fucking large scale where, like, there was comments. You had to scroll down the comments to see people actually laughing at what I was saying. But there was, believe me, I swear to God, there was people laughing at me, people laughing with me. But a lot of the comments were just fucking, who are you to fucking talk? What do you? Don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's just weird getting cyberbullied at 26 years of age, as I say, because you obviously you don't expect it, and also because I didn't fucking think what I was saying was that big of a deal. I don't think. I think anyone who even knows me personally obviously knows I'm joking. But I think if you have, any sort of common sense, you would have, you would get that I was not being serious about what I was saying. I wasn't saying, like, see if you go to the gym on holiday, I want you to fucking die, kill yourself, just kill yourself right now. You don't deserve to be alive. I wasn't saying that. I'm just saying you're a cunt. And realistically as well, I was talking, the clip was taken out of context. I clipped it out of context, in fairness. I was talking about one specific content creator in what I was talking about, and I'm not going to say who it is again, obviously, but she, like, it was just about this one. There was a couple, actually, like a couple, not a couple of content creators, but it was this influencer couple that I was talking about specifically. So I wasn't saying, like, in general, because my dad texted me and he says, I did that when I went to Tunisia. I was in the gym. I was like, I don't give a fuck what you do on holiday. People think I actually care, and it's just, and I obviously know that, like, in the clip I'm calling you cunts and I'm saying all this, but at the same time, fuck me. Has anyone heard of comedic effect? Does anyone know what the fucking, like? Nothing has to be serious all the time. It's just fucking wild. I have, like, some of the things I wanted to address, like, that I thought were pretty funny about people were and this one's fucking got me, because someone was saying, oh, he can't even talk about it without getting out of breath. First of all, I'm not out of breath, I'm just breathing. I don't know if I'm breathing heavily or if it's the microphone that picks up the breathing, because and I've got the fucking gain turned down all the way down this week because of that, because I don't want you to hear my fucking breathing. So that got to me, because I've not been self-conscious, but I've been aware of it before. So, like, I posted another clip and I was like, you can hear me inhale, and it was driving me nuts. But then I'm like, is it just because I'm looking out for it? I don't know. But anyway, fuck that guy who those guys probably, who said I was out of breath. Also, if you're recording a fucking podcast for 45 minutes talking to nobody but yourself, you're not getting a break to, listen to someone, to think about anything. You're just talking. You fucking try to do it in one breath, by the way, as well. Also, I vape, and, fuck you. Just fuck them guys. Who else? These two ones that I have here really fucking just annoyed me, because, like, you're just the stupidest person in the world to think these two things. Like, there was people who were commenting, yeah, I'll listen to advice from him, like Mr. Diabetes here. First of all, not diabetic, but I am a sugar daddy. Second of all, I'm not fucking giving you advice. I'm not talking about it. I, again, don't care. I'm not fucking like Andrew Tate. I'm not trying to Andrew Tato, more like you. I'm not trying to fucking say what people should and shouldn't do on holiday. I'm saying if you do it, you're a cunt, and that's fine. What does it matter to you if I think you're a cunt? It's just not advice. It's just, I wasn't saying, by the way, nobody go for a run on holiday. I wasn't saying that. I was just saying if you do it, you're a cunt. You know what I mean? You're not allowed. And, like, I know. I have a friend who commented on my Instagram post before the fucking TikTok thing. He says, this starts to feel like a personal attack. This guy's an athlete, like a fucking professional athlete. Obviously, I'm not talking about people like that who their livelihood is fucking their athleticism. I'm just talking, again, oh my God, I was just talking about this one specific fucking couple who make TikToks, and it's just been fucking way out of proportion. Again, the second part of that is, you can do what you want on holiday. What does it make a difference to other people? What does it make a difference to you what other people do? Oh my god, fuck me. Like, see if you lack critical thinking enough to think that I actually care about like what other people do on holiday. I don't know how you cope. I don't know how you breathe, fucking without assistance. I don't know how you go about your daily life, fucking normally. You are just brain dead. You cannot be that stupid. Oh, what difference does it make to you? Exactly. What fucking difference does it make to me? So why are people fucking getting so worked up about this when it was something quite clearly a joke? And I know I'm quite animated now. I hope it comes across the way I'm getting on now. I'm obviously having a laugh about this. I'm not actually this annoyed, obviously. I can't stress that enough how much I'm not annoyed about this. What else was there? Someone commented, oh, this was a fucking belter. Someone says, fit shaming is the same as fat shaming. And I was like, there's no way you actually think this is a real fucking sentence. Fit shaming for a start, I'm assuming, I've never looked into it, I've never heard of fit shaming before in my life. I know fat shaming is just hating people because they're fat, or shaming them because they're fat, which, obviously, people will have their own opinions on it. I don't think you should do it because, again, it's just not a nice thing to do. It's not a nice way to treat people specifically. But fit shaming is what shaming or like giving people grief because they're in shape. Like, come off it. Let's be fucking serious here. Like, you can't. There's sort of a rule in comedy where, and only some comedians can really do it, where you should never punch down. You should never make fun of people who are less than you, like poor people, typically like minorities as well. Like, there's not really any point in doing it. And there's only, as I said, there's only a few comedians who can do things like that, and that would be like Frankie Boyle, I don't know, Tony Hinchcliffe maybe to an extent, Louis C.K. maybe, and even at that, like, it doesn't really work by punching down. You should always punch up. And to me, it's like making fun of poor people. Like, it's okay to make fun of someone for being minted. Like, I have friends who are wealthy. It's okay to make fun of them for being wealthy because it's a good way to be. Do you know what I mean? Who doesn't want to be wealthy? You wouldn't make fun of someone for being poor. You wouldn't make fun of, like, if your mate drove up to you in a fucking Ferrari, you'd be like, oh, look at you, fucking Billy Big Bollocks or something. If someone came around in a fucking, like, a wee scrapper, you wouldn't be like, oh, some fucking motor. Well, you maybe would with your friends, but you don't typically make fun of people who are, not disadvantaged, but you know what I'm trying to say. You don't punch down, basically. So I don't think fit shaming is a thing, to be honest, because, again, like, being wealthy, who wouldn't want to be fit and in shape? Do you know what I mean? It's not really a fucking, and it's just not the same at all. And there was a fella who said, there was a guy who fucking stitched or jetted, I don't know the fucking difference, my TikTok, this PT called Ben West, I'll call him out because he's a fucking cunt, called Ben West. His dad makes tuna. He made a TikTok and he goes, I don't have a problem with fat cunts, but if you're a fat cunt who puts other people down for going for their goals and all this, it's like, and then like even that sentence of like, I don't have a problem with fat people or something, or whatever the fuck he said, like, why would you have a problem with fat people? Do you know what I mean? It's like saying, I don't want to say it's like having, I don't want to say it's the same as saying I don't have a problem with this race, for example, because you can always lose weight, you can't change your race, obviously, but to an extent it could be considered similar, because you're saying like, oh, I don't have a problem with this, and it's like, why would you? Do you know what I mean? What their existence is makes no difference to you. Like, why would a fat person bother you? You know what I mean? Unless were that one specific fat person wasn't nice to you, you can have a problem with them and you can call them a fat cunt. But like, why would you have a problem with them actually being fat? You can't have this this sort of mindset. Or you can't have the mindset. I don't really give a fuck. But like, it's weird for people to be like, oh, hate fat people, just hate how greedy they are. Like, that's like a common thing you hear people saying, and it's like, well, why does that bother you? Do you know what I mean? The same way, I'm talking about people going for a run on holiday. You could argue, why does it bother you? And truth be told, it actually doesn't. It's just funny to make fun of it. If you actually get worked up over fucking fat people, you just need to fucking relax, mate. You know what I mean? You're taking life way too seriously. The guy who made that TikTok as well fair enough, you're in good shape, mate. I'm gonna talk to you directly. Ben West, you're a fucking ugly cunt. You look like you've got fetal alcohol syndrome. You look like your ma drank Echo Falls when she was pregnant with you. So you can be on all the shit you want, but you're still a fucking scrote. So get it up, you fucking weirdo. And he didn't reply to me, so fuck him. He messaged me first after I called him rattled on my Instagram story. And I sort of said, like, you're the one crying over a TikTok. And that sort of leads me into my next point. So, it's sort of, a lot of people were commenting, like, oh, imagine being so insecure, you make fun of people for running on holiday, and, like, being this big fat cunt. And it's like, the people who commented, calling me things, it just goes to show how insecure these people really are. And I'm talking about this sort of branch of the fitness community who got offended by what I says. Like, they are the most insecure people. You can't take getting a bit of fucking grief from me sitting in my ma's kitchen on a podcast that I didn't think you would see, to be honest. You have to be the most insecure people. And, like, you go on holiday and you fucking you eat healthy, you run, and you fucking don't drink, and you go to the gym and everything because you hate yourself. That is what it is. You just hate yourself, and you hate that you can't just be like me, a big gluttonous fucking Gorbachev who goes on holiday and eats and drinks and enjoys himself, and he doesn't care about how he looks by the pool. You wish you were like me. That's your fucking problem. You are so insecure and hate yourself so much that you have to be so regimented and boring and fucking shit crack that you have to go for your fucking 5k 7am run. You can't just fucking wake up, go down to the Sun Lounger and have 3 strawberry daiquiris at 8am. You have to fucking go to the gym. You wish you could drink 47 beers at the all-inclusive bar, but no, you're eating watermelon, you're having fucking protein yogurts and all. You're just a sad little fucking sad existence. You wish you could get like this. You wish you were fucking loving life like me at the all-inclusive. And that's just the truth as well. I think as well, a lot of them, like, the reason why they didn't find it funny is because they're just so fucking stupid. Not that they didn't find it funny, sorry. They couldn't actually say that I was joking about it. And it is because I think this sort of group of fitness, I don't want to call them influencers because they weren't influencers, just random people. They're so, like, stupid. They're almost cavemen, and, like, I think that's what it takes for the gym to be, like, your main thing. Like, if the gym is your whole personality, you're just stupid. Like, realistically, you're nothing better than a caveman when you think about it. Like, oh, me go gym, me lift weight, me eat meat, me no drink, me fucking, you know what I mean? You're just a big Neanderthal, realistically. And that's, and that's fine. I don't mind that I'm smarter than you, and that I actually understand comedy more than you, and other people understand comedy more than you. Like, there was people commenting, obviously, very few, mind you, that were like, talking about me on the TikTok, saying he's rattled you, and, like, you're just proving his point about how fucking weird you are about the gym. A lot of the stick was coming from fucking, to go back to it as well, like, you're just going to the gym and lifting weights, realistically, or running. Like, it doesn't, I know if it does fucking get out to this community again, they'll be like, oh, well, why don't you do it? I'll have you know, fucking cunts, that I actually joined the run club. Now, fans of the podcast will know that the run club was joined way back in the very first episode, and that I had every intention of going to it, and I went to it, ironically, the Tuesday after this went viral. I think it didn't go viral, sorry, I don't like saying viral, but when it fucking, don't want to say blew up either, by the way. Mouth's going so dry here, I have to fucking drink this shite. But the Tuesday after, I went to a running club, couched the 5k, same fucking thing, went for a run. So shove it up yous. But I know they'll turn around and be like, oh, you wish you had the fucking work ethic and the mindset to go to the gym and all this. And see, truth be told, I don't. I actually don't care. I look at see people who talk about, like, work ethic and mindset for things like that. I don't look at that as, like, an impressive thing. Like, I suppose it's like when you go to, like, people who are like, oh, I work so hard at my job, I work so hard, like, why? Do you know what I mean? Unless you own your own business, that you directly benefit from it, from your, hard labour, why do you want to work hard at anything, I work so that I can pay to do things that I want to like enjoy. I have no, and it's probably, I don't know if it's maybe like an immature thing. It could be, or maybe I'm just overly self-aware. But having a sense of pride in things like work and like how much work ethic you have to me just seems fucking silly, to be honest. Like you're benefiting someone else. I'm gonna sound like a communist here, but if you're not owning your own business and you're working for someone else and you're like so proud of your work ethic, like you're really just proud about making someone else more money or like doing more work for someone else, and I just don't think it's a good way to be. And it sort of goes back to the clip I talked about like a couple of weeks ago, where I says just do things that you enjoy. You know, there's no harm in admitting that we like to do things that are easy or fun or maybe bad for you. There's nothing wrong with that, and it's the same sort of with the gym. Like, oh, you wish you had the mindset. Do I wish I was in better shape? Yeah, obviously. Do I care that much? Not really. I mean, I joined the couch to 5k. I'm joined back to the gym. Haven't went yet though, but like, I don't let it fucking. It's not like I don't know. It's not something where I'd be like, I am so fucking. I've got the best work ethic ever. I go to the gym at 6 a.m. every day, and like, fair enough. But like, what you're doing isn't actually like. Maybe it's physically challenging, but it's not necessarily like mentally exhausting or anything like that. Like, it's not like you're fucking doing something. Maybe I just have a sort of aversion, maybe is the word I'm looking for, to things of like physical strength and like physical ability, and I sort of value more feats of academic strength. I don't know, but I find stuff like I don't know, stuff that actually makes you look smart. I find being smart, obviously, is far more valuable than being fucking physically strong. Again, because I'm not a fucking caveman. And not that I'm saying that I'm smart either, by the way. It's just that I hold more value in people talking about like things to do with, you know, I don't know. I actually don't know what I'm talking about, but you get the point I'm making. You're a fucking caveman if all your crack is to do with the gym. Get a fucking life. And like the thing was as well, I have a lot of friends who are very into fitness and very into like going to the gym, fucking running and shit like that. I've got friends who go on runs on holiday and everything, and they all know that what I was saying, like, it's just a joke. Do you know what I mean? It is just fucking having a laugh on a fucking silly wee comedy podcast in my ma's kitchen. You know, it's just not that fucking deep, really. There was two. What else did I have written down here? There was two. Now, this might get me cancelled, right? There was one fella who commented, and this guy, I put him on my story. He ended up messaging me, calling me a fat cunt, and he was bald. Like a lot of these men who were slobbering, he was bald. And I sort of said, like, he called me a fat cunt, and I was like, yeah, at least I can lose the weight, but you'll always be a bald cunt. No, sorry, he said something like, I put up my story saying, you're so bald, and then he replied saying, and you're so fat. Don't know how he found my Instagram. But he was, and then he said, you're so fat, and I says, I can lose the weight, mate, but you'll always be bald. And then he said something like, but you never will because you're a fat, lazy, unfunny cunt. And I was like, mate, do you know what I mean? Like, what have I really done wrong here apart from call you bald and had a laugh on a podcast? And then I said something like, oh, you might want to relax, mate, your hair's going to fall out. And then that was the end of the conversation. But then I was like, it's like a car crash. Like, my ma had seen the comments before I had seen them. A lot of my friends had seen them before I had seen them. And they were sort of like, not worried about, but like sort of thinking like, oh, I hope he doesn't look at them. But it did. It's like a car crash. Like, I know people always say you should never read hate comments and negative things like that. But fuck me, it's like you can't look away from it. I don't know why. I don't want to say I feed off it because it did fucking like, I don't know, it didn't anger me, but it sort of riled me up a bit. I wanted to fucking reply to every single one of them, but I also didn't want to do that because that would just look like a complete fucking head loss. Did reply to a few of them, to be fair. And then I put a lot of the other ones in my story because I thought that would be funny. But this guy, I went onto his TikTok after he was messaging me, and he's not that there's anything wrong with it, not that I have a problem. He was a gay man. He's also 42, and he goes on holiday by himself. What does that tell you about him? And so I was going down his TikToks, and he starts his fucking solo traveling vlogs all the time, like all the same way every time. And he goes, come with me round Gran Canaria. And he never has any mates with him, and all he does is complain about things. Like there was one he was complaining about fucking people going to a drag show in Gran Canaria or something. He's like, there's fucking all these straight girls and all these fucking dicks going to this. I couldn't get a milkshake. And it's like, fuck, any wonder you're a miserable cunt with no mates. You've got fuck, all you do is comment slamming about people on TikTok and moan constantly. So it just, and like that's why I didn't let the comments like that annoy me. I think he commented something like, I think he said something like, I'm glad I go for a run when I'm on holiday, so I don't look like that, talking about me. I was like, is it any wonder you have no mates? Because you're so negative, and like, as I said earlier on, it's just a weird thing to like leave comments on someone who you don't know, who like isn't actually doing it. Like, see if I was talking about fucking, I don't know, talking about how much I hate like fucking black people, okay, then I would deserve fucking all the hate I can get. Do you know what I mean? If I was actually being, you know, hateful to another group of people, but I'm just calling people cunts for fucking going on a run, and you are cunts. Do you know what I mean? Go on holiday and enjoy yourself, and people are going as well. Sorry to get sidetracked again, but people are going like, what if people enjoy going on a run holiday? Okay, that's not that's fine. I don't care. I don't think people realize how unserious what I said was. And there was another wee fella, and he commented saying something like, "Oh, would love to see him even attempt a run." And I went on to his page, and he must be like 18 or 19. Again, not that there's anything wrong with it. He's another gay fella. But fair enough, the first fella we're talking about, the 42-year-old, he's in good shape. You know what I mean? I wouldn't offer him a fair day because he probably would knock my bollocks in. But this other wee fella is like 18. He looks fucking a wee scrawny fella, and he's sitting commenting that about me. And like, no harm. Sorry, someone was walking past the window. No harm. I'm not a fighter. I've been one fight my whole life, got knocked out straight away. You know, I wouldn't be saying these things if I was you. No harm. If I was so easily hate crimeable, I'd nearly just fucking tone it down a wee bit, because I don't know you. And then you went on his TikTok, and he's talking about fucking all these wee TV series, and he's talking about Love Island and all, and you're like, why the fuck are you slobbering at me? Do you know what I mean? And I think I commented back saying, sorry mate, I'll give grief back to anyone but you. I really don't want to commit a hate crime. Bit of fucking friendly, light homophobia. And he was like, go ahead, what are you afraid of? And I was like, mate, I'm gonna smash your fucking face in, and you'll know all about it. And like, what the fuck? Like, where are these people like getting the balls? I think it's probably to do with the fact it's online, but like, it's just nuts, just absolutely nuts. Hopefully this is the end of it. I am gonna, one of us saying about cavemen, or people going to the gym being cavemen, and how it's a low form of intelligence. I am gonna clip that, and I just want, if you've made it this far in the podcast, I want you to know, obviously, that's a rage bit. I want it to see if it happens again. And if it happens again, fair enough, I get more views, and it'll just be funny. I obviously don't think that. Just to clarify, don't care about if you go to the gym. I just don't care about any of you. Fuck yous. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. It's not that deep. It's a comedy podcast. If you feel offended by anything that I've said today, ooh, sorry. It's not that deep. Just know that I'm joking. And if you're my mate and that you fall into the category of one of these wankers, just know I don't actually care. There was obviously people, not obviously, but there was also people who, you can see obviously who likes your fucking Instagram video or Instagram reels, and people were liking them, and they're called like fucking Coach Fitness or Coach Elite Fitness, I don't know, shit like that, like PTs who obviously, I don't know, either found it funny or sent it to their mates, but they were liking it. They weren't commenting giving fucking dogs abuse. There was two fellas, one commented tagging his mate saying, he's at you here, another fella just commented laughing. Like, that's the fucking appropriate reaction. And if you don't find something funny, I don't know, just don't fucking, I don't know, you don't need to do anything about it. You don't need to fucking let people know that you don't find something funny. If you went to a comedy gig and there was someone in the crowd, like I knew you were enjoying the comedian, and someone else in the crowd was going, that's not funny. Nah, don't like that, that's not funny. You'd be like, why are you here? Shut up. That's the same with fucking social media comments, I think. Like, there's just no point in doing it. 49 minutes, fuck me. God knows how long I spent talking about that one video. I've nothing else to talk about now. I'm not doing a fucking 2-hour podcast, because God knows my laptop might shit itself. New phone, so hopefully this week it's not sort of cutting and lagging and everything. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this, thanks for listening to me rant on about that video. I hope obviously people who have watched this understand that I've used this to try to make fun of the situation. I don't know if it comes across that way. I hope it does. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. As I say, if anyone wants to win this fucking thing, get 16 comments and the 16th person gets it. But yeah, thanks very much, and I'll see you next week. Remember about those gigs I mentioned at the start of the video. Uh, I can't remember what they were. I'm going to go and get blocked. Have a good one, folks, and I'll see you next week.